Hello, Artuta friends. Welcome to Drawing Lab. Today we're going to learn how to draw a dream interior. We're going to use stream of consciousness and perspective techniques. This tutorial is suitable for all ages and will last about 30 minutes. You're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil, some pens if you want to use those. And you can follow along with what I'm doing, or you're welcome to use this time to work on your own drawing. Let's get started. So, I woke up in the middle of the night, the other night, from a weird dream. Have you had any weird dreams lately? What do you dream about? I had this weird dream where I was in a forest, but the forest was in a greenhouse. It's really strange. This greenhouse had those kind of factory type windows, like vertically rectangular windows. Just gonna lightly sketch those in now. We'll end up erasing a lot of those later, but have you had any weird dreams lately? Did they take place in a weird environment? You can draw that out. Share that with us. There's a link in the description. At the end we'll have a QR code so you can share your drawing with us. We'd love to see what you've been working on. So this one-point perspective technique, I'm just drawing a dot here and then bringing my corners out. So this is going to be the corner of my greenhouse. It'll start making sense as we go. I'm just lightly sketching in these lines because I'll end up drawing over them as we go along. So I had this really strange dream where I was in a forest, but the forest was in a greenhouse. I think it's kind of like, you know those places where you go skiing indoors? It had that kind of vibe. But it was a living forest, and you know, I'm from the Northwest, so where I'm from we're known for forests actually. And there's a lot of evergreen trees. So is that kind of forest? Actually, I have a lot of dreams that take place in the Northwest. Do you have any recurring dreams? What do they mean? I have no idea what this means. I don't know, maybe there's a dream interpreter out there who can enlighten us. These are going to be my windows, and I'm going to draw my my trees over the top. I'm just sketching it in now, and you know, it's all really dreamy too, so I might get a little creative and not really worry too much about the lines overlapping each other. Normally we have like a foreground and a background, and the foreground blocks the background, but in a dream world everything's a bit fluid, so I don't think it has to really be so realistic, right? So this is a really cool technique for just getting that instant perspective. Let's see, I'll just go lightly sketch in these ones. Oops. And then our gaps are gonna get bigger as we create the sense that we're getting closer to where we're standing. So maybe in your dream you were outside of yourself, so maybe your perspective is looking at yourself. In my dream I was looking through the perspective of my eyes, my body, my dream body. So I'm looking out from where I'm standing in the forest, but I'm sure there's other ways of dreaming. How do you dream? Do you see yourself in the dream? Or are you looking through your eyes, your dream eyes? That could be really interesting. And if you aren't really a visual dreamer, that's okay too. You know, maybe you just have something you would like to dream about, or maybe you have something you like to imagine. You can draw that too. If you're really stuck for ideas, just follow along, that's fine. I'm just mapping out this interior. So now I'm gonna fill in, you know, so it was kind of like a trail. And actually, let's see, so this trail, you know, I used to go hiking a lot growing up. I'm just gonna squiggle. I feel like I'm just gonna indicate like a gravel, it's uneven surface, some boulders. They're gonna get bigger as they get closer to our perspective. And then I'm gonna start doing some trees, and I actually want these trees to be really gigantic. It's a gigantic room. So let's think about the scale. Do you guys remember Bob Ross? I used to watch him as a kid growing up. If you're my age, you'd remember Bob Ross. Happy little trees. I'm just gonna sketch in these evergreen trees, like Doug firs. Honestly, you could devote your life to the practice of drawing trees. You know, maybe I'll devote some videos to drawing trees. That's a whole skill set. I don't claim to have that skill set. So I'm just gonna indicate these are gonna be dream trees. They're gonna be a bit more creative than reality. We'll go over all of this with a pen later too and erase some of these lines that we don't need. Oh, that tree's a little curved. It was a forest, so that the trees don't have to all be the same. Maybe this one has a bit more of a canopy to it. Some dirt here. Oh, that tree's got a bit of a curve too. Sometimes they do that, you know, they kind of grow. That's some dirt. You know, if there's like a hillside, they'll kind of hang out over the edge of the hill. I'm just layering the foreground and the background. I'm not really too worried about how that looks quite yet. I'm just kind of mapping it all out for now. It's such a weird dream. I mean, maybe one of these places exists. I don't know. Is there such thing as a indoor forest? I don't know. It's a forest of the future. You know what? I want this space to go. You know, I drew this line here. I thought maybe that was the edge of it, but I want it to go into the distance more, so I'm just going to extend that. Maybe I'll just go ahead and erase those lines now. So it makes sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's a big space. There wasn't really any sun. It wasn't like a direct light source. Put some gravel squiggles here. Some of those Doug firs, they get so heavy at the bottom, their branches, that they really kind of droop. And let's, you know, this line was really handy to imagine our box, but I'm gonna imagine that that's more the edge of the trail. The windows are in the distance, so I'm just gonna get rid of those. Do you ever dream of being outdoors, or do you have dreams about being indoors? Flying dreams, those are fun. Just imagine that's a bit of a hill. The side of the trail. That's what it was like. It was almost like one of those, you know where the power lines are? A lot of times you can walk, if you're out hiking, you can walk under the power lines. There will be a trail there. It was like I was on a hill going, one side was going up and the other side was going down. Yeah, if anyone has any ideas about what that means, please tell me. I have no idea. Maybe this tree is gonna really hang out over the edge of this trail. I'm gonna keep my lines really gestural. Great, so we have a basic map of this space, and I'm gonna make these windows. I'm gonna add some lines actually. I think that's gonna help it seem like they're more in the distance, kind of smaller. Otherwise they'd be super huge. So we can play with perspective as we go. Oh yeah, those aren't gonna be there anymore. That's our vanishing point, so. And these windows won't really be visible, but I'm just gonna sketch in these lines anyway. Oh yeah, and another funny thing about this dream, there's a guy living in the forest. That sounds wacky. He was a nice guy. He was like a outdoor wear catalog model. I don't know where my brain was getting this stuff, to be honest. He was like wearing a flannel shirt. So maybe we'll have this guy. I'm gonna draw a little bit on our drawing techniques class. Oh, you might hear a cat in the background, by the way. Our drawing techniques class, we were drawing nail faces last week. So if you want to... Oh, we got cat action. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, if you want to learn how to draw specific techniques. Oh, we got a cat joining us. Okay, well, if you see a cat on the screen, it's because there's a cat on the screen. Yeah, if you want to learn how to draw, learn specific drawing techniques like faces, bodies, hands, the dreaded hands. Oh, we're getting cat here, cat action. Drawing techniques would be great for you. And, okay, cat wrangling. That's an online class. It's great for 16 up or anyone who has some experience. Whoop! I don't know if you're seeing this. Getting a cat action here. And let's see, I feel like he had his hands in his pocket. Okay, totally distracted by cats. There we go. Yeah, so oh boy. That's the real skill, right? Drawing while a cat is sitting on your lap. Or making a YouTube video while and talking, narrating while a cat is meowing. Okay. What was I saying? So yeah, if you want to learn some specific drawing techniques, check out our drawing techniques class. That's online, so you don't have to be anywhere in particular to enjoy that class. And we have other classes, in person and online. In person in Brooklyn. So if you've got kiddos, they want something fun to do this summer, they can come to summer art camp. That's a really fun option. Totally get it. Totally get not wanting to be out in the heat and the sun all summer. Yeah, come and make art with us. We've got comics drawing. We have workshops that are in person and online, so be sure to check out our website. Sign up for our newsletter. And stay up to date with everything we've got going on. Okay. So I'm going to start going in with my pen, or maybe I'll start with a darker pencil and try to get this drawing to a good place. So I'm going to start with my foreground. I'm going to do my trees, do some clear lines, bolder lines, things that are up close, can be a bit more in focus. Happy trees. I don't even know what's going on with this tree. Maybe it's like a, I don't know. It looks like a palm tree. It's the wrong kind of tree. Let's see, what do we do? How do we work with this? Oh, you know what? It's going to be multiple trees. That's going to be a different tree. So this is going to be one tree. That's going to be a different tree. There we go. It's all going to be a big tangle of forest in the end, so we don't have to be too careful about it. That's going to be our hill down to the distance. There's a little... Oh, we got cat. You know when you have an older cat and they just like to talk a lot? Okay, we've got our catalog model here. I'm just going to sketch him in a bit. We'll have to work on him. Anyway, it's a dream world, so there's a beard. Let's just do a beard. Just keep it gestural. Don't need to get too wrapped up in the details. A lot of times with drawing, less is more. There we go. Get some boulders going. What was happening here with this tree? Maybe we actually have a couple trees going on here. Sometimes they do that, right? It kind of starts off as one tree and then ends up as two trees. focus on my trunks. Some dirt and grass. We'll sketch in some of the canopy as we go. It all gets a bit chaotic in the forest. That's what I love about the forest. It's like there's so much going on that you can't even really comprehend. I'm gonna do a little squiggle technique I've developed for this kind of Doug fir. Just kind of squiggle out, because it kind of, the branches kind of go out in these layers. It's really a bit creative. It's not really like a realistic style, but it's just like an indicator. There's more poofy lines for this other kind of tree. I think this could be a really fun drawing to go back over and color in if you want. I'm gonna leave it black and white just because I think it's like a fun challenge, actually. It's a fun parameter to work within. The last few minutes, I just want to go in and grab my windows. It's a really important part of the dream. Now that we know where our trees are, we can just go in and fill in these windows in the background. I'm just poking through. Like, why do I see windows? Why do I see squares in this forest? It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna make them the same thickness. I'm gonna try to make them pretty uniform so they look intentional. Gonna get little glimpses of these lines. I'm gonna fill this in with some trees on the side of, maybe some bushes. Maybe it's more of a bush on the side of this hill. And of course these window lines are gonna get bigger as they get closer to us, so of course you could shade in some parts if you wanted. That's gonna also help with our sense of depth. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Some more bushes here. One more window. Some more random foliage in the distance. I'll start wrapping up this drawing. Once again, I hope you'll show us what you've been working on. I'm going to bring up a QR code in a minute. There's also a link in the description. Be sure to give us your social handles so we can tag you, start a conversation, see what everyone is dreaming about. That sounds really interesting. And yeah, be sure to check out our classes. Again, we've got them in person, online. In person if you're in Brooklyn. Adults, kids, beginner friendly, more advanced. We've got comics drawing, that's really popular. We've got a live drawing session, observational drawing after school. We've all got master's degrees in art, so we like to incorporate our experience with that into what we do. We aren't into just having everyone do the same project. You know, we really view our job as teachers as helping you find your own creativity, you know. Everyone's different. Everyone makes different kinds of work, so we're here to support you in that. That's our methodology and our philosophy. Okay. I could keep working on this for ages, right? But I'm gonna stop it here. Thanks so much for joining. I'll do a little bit of erasing. And be sure to subscribe. We're making these videos every Wednesday. There we go. Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied with that, actually. There we go. There is our dream forest interior. Pretty weird drawing. I'm super curious to see what you guys made, so please share. Thanks so much, you guys. Here's your QR code. Check out our website. See you later. Bye.